go.
There you go. I mean, I guess there's not that much cheese in Dota at this point. Not in this patch anyway, because everything's so viable. Well, let's see what other heroes does. Oh, they went out to Bristle. That's the combination with the Keeper of the Light that we didn't want to see, or rather that Evil Geniuses doesn't want to see. That is a scary combination for them. What other combinations are scary with the CoL that are worthy of banning out, that are worthy to protect yourself against?
Timber, maybe. I've seen some. Other than that, I don't know. The other heroes that he pairs with are generally a little bit weaker.
Yeah, I mean, like Naga, Kunkka, like you said, like Kunkka was like the one with E-Home back at TI. They picked like CoL Kunkka very, very often.
I think Naga would be pretty good. Like Sleep in Arrow and Sleep in Illuminate is already like pretty nasty. And it's also a very nice counter initiation for the Bat Rider. But I don't know if Moo plays Naga Siren, because
it's a good point.
Because carry players, they always have their certain pool. There's some heroes that every carry hero plays, Anti-Mage Juggernaut, and then some of them some play, some don't. And I think Naga's one of the, like, a lot of them play it, but we don't know with with Moo. He's been playing carry for what, maybe a month now, at least in competitive, and I'm sure they have a lot of hidden matches and hidden heroes that we don't know about.
They probably like that aspect of picking Keeper early, where EG has to start thinking about these kind of brawlers that go well with him, for example, with the Bristle backband, so it maybe changes their draft philosophy. But they don't necessarily have to pick someone who's like a great combination with the Keeper. He'll just augment whoever he's with. So it gives them a bit more options down the line in the draft.
He's just a good hero. Surprised he's not picked more.
Yeah, he was. There's been a bunch of teams that kind of emphasizing banning it versus like it's pretty much banned every single time versus LGD, I think it was, right?
Yeah, one of those.
OG as well.
OG as well, yeah. It's a hero that we don't see too often. It can make the game extremely difficult to play versus because he has so many different aspects he really brings to the table, and delays the game obviously with the Illuminate spam and the high ground defense. So Nick's banned out for EG.
Nyx and Templar Assassin. Not gonna have the repeatal of Sumo Templar Assassin that we saw previous game against Team Faceless. That was kind of painful for a Faceless as well. Nyx Assassin now indeed removed. Does that give anything away about what EG might be going for here?
I think they just want to give Universe a great start or a great
Storm.
It
could be
game.
Storm.
Could be Storm too. Yep.
Storm is commonly picked up versus Keeper of the Light. Just like Clockwork, Storm, the heroes that can just get past the main line, kill the Keeper. Lifestealer as well is also pretty good. I'd be a little bit worried about that if I were compLexity. compLexity probably needs some sort of setup for Mirana. Faceless Void, not something that we've seen them pick up a lot recently, but Moo, probably pretty good at it. I've seen him play in offlane. I don't know if he's going to play in a safe lane, but regardless, still brings him a lot of team fight.
Swindle grabs his list of heroes right there very aggressively. Takes a look at his notepad right after he picks the Void.
This is the first Void we see on the mainstream today, I think.
It is, right?
I mean,
feel
I
like we
haven't even
seen it at all.
Yesterday? No, not at all.
There's been a few games, I'm pretty sure, on the other.
Oh, actually, I saw the replays. You're right. There were some, but not a lot. Not a lot for sure.
Great hero versus Bat Rider, obviously with time dilation makes him so he can't stack up stickies, and Chrono for the counter initiation whenever Bat Rider does obviously get to go in.
Is there anything that would stop EG from picking up the Lifestealer? Is Void enough for that? Obviously, catch him in Chrono is nice, but you can just Armlet Toggle and Rage away at the end. Should be surviving after that. We've seen a lot of Arteezy Lifestealer.
I think it's still an option for them. But
I don't know if the Lifestealer player is like playing against a Void though. Like Chronosphere is just you just waste your rage, and after that you have to play really defensively. Also in the lane matchup, Faceless Void I think is actually pretty decent versus the Lifestealer with Max Bash. It becomes a pretty difficult lane for him. So that means the supports can't really leave him as much. Ogre can't do Ogre things, and Disruptor can't pull and stack like he normally would want to.
On the other hand, outside of Chronosphere, the Lifestealer seems like does very well against perhaps a Mirana and Keeper of the Light. Just being able to take off get rid of that magic damage and take that away from them. And so it becomes very dependent on Chronosphere to kill him. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to take him down.
And he obviously, he already has the Bat Rider initiation to help him out a bit too. So, and it's what EG's been drafting every single game. It's just the one that comes to mind that's the most obvious, but they can definitely go for a different route.
Is the Faceless Void enough to have arrows paired off the back of Chronos? Or do you want some other hero that can set up for arrows?
I think something else is
probably
nice.
Yep. Probably one more. They go for the Spirit Breaker again.
Look at that.
They did this previously.
Yeah. And it worked out real great.
Yeah,
and I think the game afterwards it was banned out against them as well because it was working out so great. that enough for arrows? I mean, you can charge in. If you're at the right angle, you can get an arrow and everybody dies.
I think it's really good versus EG supports because they have both their supports revealed. Like Disruptor Ogre. Like Ogre is super short cast range.
But you can just glimpse him back. You see him charging, you glimpse him back.
Yeah, but that's not something that you want to like really waste on. And it has like a travel time on the glimpse. So he can often still bash someone, which is enough to set them up for a pretty big fight. And like it's also, I think, just works very well against EG in the sense that it's going to like just take away a lot of the focus.
There's your Naga.
We said there'd probably be a Naga in this
Yeah.
series, so yeah, EG grabs it up for themselves.
Looking at the series, I think the prior series, they just took so many fights that if they could look back at it and be like, they would just be like, why would we take that fight? And Naga Siren is one of those heroes that you can look back and be like, I don't really want to take this fight. Let me sleep. Let me really evaluate. And 5 seconds in Dota, or 6 seconds, 7 seconds is a really long time for you to evaluate the situation and make good decisions. And I think EG excels at that. But for some reason, which is complex good play and forcing them to do things that they didn't want to do, they constantly chain fed.
Yeah,
And
they just kept battling.
You can use that to counter the Chronosphere too, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a safe lane Void. I just get the feeling that because Void, if you get that early experience, it makes him very difficult to kill without good burst damage early on, and you mentioned against the matchup against the Bat Rider, and so I feel like they're going to stick to their game plan from the first series and have that Void take that role this time, because this is a hero that gets early fighting items often in his build-up as a carry, and allows him to keep the pace.
Yeah, so more than likely the Moran and the CoD will be the supports, and they're both saving their mid laners for last.
Could be Mirana mid.
Could still be,
Easily,
it could
but
still be Morana mid.
Yeah, let's see what EG thinks, because
I think
their
Mirana
ban
mid
will,
maybe jives a little bit more
Yeah.
with what they try to do with that early burst
Yeah.
being able to come out.
Okay.
You don't want to take a late versus Naga with this lineup. Your lineup is terrible at dealing with the Naga, I would say.
Well, compLexity has last pick, so they have the chance to see how the lanes of EG are going to shape up, because I'm going to assume that Naga is going to be Arteezy safe lane. There's still a chance they put it mid.
Ursa.
Ursa. We've seen a lot of Ursa bans, but not a lot of Ursa picks yet. What do you think?
Ursa can match it well versus the Void. I really like it a lot in the lane. But he does have some issues at dealing with Mirana, who has blinding light, I think is especially problematic for the Ursa. But I guess they would probably want... You want a lot of bursts to synergize with the Bat Rider. Like, no, right now they don't really have any way to kill people in Lasso, aside from the Ursa now, which is pretty good. And it's also a nice 4-on-5 hero, so you can do things until you want to fight.
Morana mid.
All right, that's
So
the Dark
Spirit
Seer.
Breaker support with the Darkseer. They get that at least pressure coming up from that onto the safe lane. Interesting approach.
So what's your thoughts? Any change in opinions? Because
Still
everybody
going
went
with EG.
still going with EG.
Still going to go with EG.
I haven't seen. I don't recall last time I saw Sumail playing a mid Naga. If that's indeed what it is.
No, it's a mid Ursa.
It's a mid Ursa.
Mm.
Artar's definitely done that. Okay.
Well, we're going to find out if EG can put one on the board, or if compLexity is going to do it again, beating EG. It is time for Toby and Purge with game number 1.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, I get to be here with Purge, Mr. Numbers.
That's me.
You want to crunch the numbers here for compLexity EG? I know a couple of numbers from the first series which said compLexity won.
They did, but this is EG coming back invigorated. They stomped their 2-0 in the lower bracket, if you'll call it that, and now they're fighting for second place, somewhere they probably should have been earlier. So they definitely want to win this game.
Yeah. At the same time, you could also look at compLexity. They got stomped 2-0. And there was a wonderful clip of rage that was pointed out. Actually, I don't even really want to class that as rage. That's just swindle moment.
It's a vented frustration about a tactical error. Is
Yes.
maybe the way I describe it.
That's a very accurate way. Thank you, Purge.
No problem.
Awesome. So let's get into our game. There was a lot of discussion about the laning phase, compLexity, keeping it very open with that early Mirana pickup. The panel didn't know as well if it was going to be a support Mirana or if it was going to be a mid Mirana. We get our answer with Cancel picking that up.
I think Cancel's been playing pretty amazing this tournament, actually. Possibly just the ping advantage, perhaps. I mean, I know he's been in the team house a bit, but really showing himself as a top-level player this tournament. It's fun to watch.
I'm interested to see also Swindle's playing the non-style initiation role. Like, I know you're talking before, like how it was Monkeys who was playing the Spirit Breaker. This time it's actually Z-Freak, who, like, every time I think of him, I think of, like, one of the most efficient farmers in the game in support roles. It's a shame Enigma is such ass right now, so he can't even be played.
It's okay. He's so good at fighting and ganking that it doesn't matter. He can farm heroes. He can die a few times and always make a huge impact. Definitely one of the best players, if not the best player on CoL.
Well, I love to watch him as we're going to get underway with the runes being picked up. No contest, however. As compLexity really not wanting a bar of it. And they're going to switch into their lane. So normally you think it's going to be Sumail going into the mid, but that's not the case. RT's going to slip himself in there as the Naga. So the panel was half right about the mid Naga, but it's just not being played up by Sumail. It's going to be Arteezy, and Sumail is over on that Ursa going towards the top lane with crit. And that leaves Zai to try and just zone out cancel.
I think they did this lane setup not only because now Ogre can zone Mirana fairly well, but also because this way they put Ursa against the Faceless Void, and Faceless Void can't just take free farm, because if he's against something like a Batrider, for example, he's got a good lane advantage. So now just Disruptor zoning a Keeper of the Light, pretty easy to do. And then
mid lane, Zai not looking too healthy. Arteezy's trying to create a little bit of space, but a Z-Freak being charged in. I think they were trying to combine at the same time of like Monkeys giving him an Iron Shell, but the timer just took a little too long.
Oh, nice little leap there to dodge the Ignite before Ogre goes back to base. So no arrow for him for a bit, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward for Arteezy to get last hits here. Just with Quelling Blade as well as Poor Man's Shield, they don't really have good AoE just yet. I mean, maybe they could do a charge through or something, but not until level 2. So they'll do their best. Z-Free can definitely offset a lot of what Ogre does, at least. They've got that going for them. He's going to go charge to the top lane.
Swindle's been harassed quite heavily by crit. There's no way Swindle's going to harass him back, unless he's considering mana leaking in the early levels, but he still needs Chakra.
Well, and SB's not going to get the initiation there, so...
And what a great time for Zai. Like, Zai did all of his harassment to mid, TP's up to the top lane as the Ogre, at the same time as Z-Free tried to move over.
Yeah, and they have a great Observer Ward as well. It's going to spot the rotations every single time that Spirit Breaker comes over. So all I really see is Swindle's getting repeatedly punished here. He's out of tangos in his lane. Moo's not laning super well against Ursa because he's always got to worry about dying. He's got great last hits, though. One good benefit there.
Helps when you can get some time locks. Still got a way to jump away, so all this damage hasn't done a lot. Swindles hits a good Illuminate. So Zion crit, losing a decent amount of life. One lane which we haven't really talked about that much, and maybe this is just because it's a trade-off lane, it's Monkeys versus Universe.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a dual lane originally. I think CoL expected it too. He could get in trouble here. Great Flame Break. He's got to get out of the range.
That's only a level 1 surge, so yeah, Monkeys doesn't have a lot of time with the 5 sticky napalms. That is too close.
That was very close. A couple more ticks and they would have had him. That's the dangerous part about Batrider. Once he gets 3, he's got Flame Break. He can push you back into his range, and not quite enough damage. Really good escape there by Monkeys. And he saved his Fairy Fire. He didn't overreact at all there. So Cancel in the mid lane's doing really bad. 2 last hits for him, actually. He did skip his arrow level 1 to dodge Ignite stuff, and obviously that Ogre roam is really paying off.
And the roaming of compLexity, you can't really say the same. Like, yeah. Cancel doesn't have the same level of help.
That's just because Coddle's not as good at zoning heroes as Disruptors. Disruptor's got a great nuke. He doesn't have to stand still and channel the light while the spell does damage. So just a lot of advantages going to EG in these laning setups.
Oh, Sumail's trying to get in the face of Moo. Moo's still got time walk, so he'll get away.
Oh, he could glimpse this back. It's close. Almost. Level 1 glimpse is so short range, but...
Just too far away. Mid lane, Cancel. Zai actually trying to bait out the leap from Cancel, so now we can throw the Ignite.
It's going to be close.
Cancel has dodged it multiple times, but 73, 53, and down to 16. But the bottle finally arrives.
Easy survive there. I think level 1 Ignite does a little bit over 125 damage, so...
Zai actually kind of wasted a lot of time. He was waiting for about 40 seconds, waiting to snipe the courier out, but I don't think he realized just how poor a lane Cancel has had.
Yeah, it's got to get the creeps first, right?
Yeah.
But we've seen it time and time again.
Cancel. Charge coming forward. They're looking to the bottom lane as the charge comes in. A leap over to the Starfall. Z-Freak with the extra bash as well. Cancel down. That'll be the first blood. Universe getting ripped apart in the bottom lane, but he survives on 40 HP, getting back behind the tower.
Yeah, that was a Fairy Fire and a healing salve to keep him alive. So that would have been a huge rotation there from Mirana. I love that he rotated bot because he's having trouble mid. If you turn it into a gank instead, that can really offset a lot of the gold advantage or gold disadvantage. Doesn't quite work out, though, due to nice play from Universe.
EG still get what they wanted. That top tri lane's been looking for something for a while, so it was only going to be a matter of time before they kill off Swindles.
I sort of wonder if CoL should have done some lane swap stuff, but it's probably a lot easier for EG to do the lane rotations to counter it. But they're definitely getting the better hand of things. EG, that is. Swindle's trying to zone his enemy heroes. Moo trying to get close to the creep wave, but we're not really seeing it. 30 last hits now on 2 EG heroes.
It's kind of a problem too when Swindle throws out Illuminate, it actually hits the creep wave, pushing it out further.
Yeah.
So Sumail sitting in a very comfortable position. Moo always having to make sure he can't move forward unless he's got that time walk available. Universe on bottom lane again, looking at Monkey. Z-Freak in the neighborhood, going to charge over. Just a quick bash. Really needs a better bash because Monkey's with 6 sticky napalm charges on him. Now it's actually Z-Freak. 3 on him. Universe won't get close enough to get that Firefly on him, but maybe with the Fairy Fire, Z-Freak will not survive. Couldn't make it back in range of the tower in time. And that leaves Monkeys in a bad position up on top lane. Moo. Sumail finally gets what he's been looking for. That kill, it was a glimpse back, a level 2 glimpse before Kinetic Field was even up. And they find that kill.
Yeah, if Glimpse offsets Time Walk, there's basically no benefit to even have a Faceless Void in the laning stage, especially as Ursa builds up attacks. He just does more and more damage. Their lane setup here is just decimating CoL in the laning stage. Net worths are not even close. I mean, the highest farmed hero on CoL right now is Darkseer, and he's had a tough lane as well. He's had to leave a couple times because Batrider. Just every single lane advantage is not really there for them.
And this pushes a 2.5 grand advantage going the way of Evil Geniuses. 6 minutes in, and this far behind, there's no way to multi-stack. Like, we're not going to arcade this Keeper of the Light with heavy amounts of farm.
I kind of like this move at least. Iron Shell the Spirit Breaker. He's going to charge across the map.
Looking for Sumail.
They don't have a lot of iron damage.
But this is
left.
Disruptor also coming in. If Crick gets a good Kinetic Field off, you're going to have 3 complexity players caught per Z-Freak. The RNG is there for him.
That's so lucky that he got that bash. That would have been a really hard kill otherwise. 2 Magic Stick and a Healing Salve on Ursa if he just got a bit away from him.
It looks like they want to go on Moo. The charge is coming onto Zai, however. So they saw his move maneuver. And now with the Kinetic Field up, Zai won't make it out in time, or will he? Moo still has Time Walk available, but the Mana Leak making it difficult for Oka to get away, and complexity really getting up in the face of EG, but now the bear is back, looking for the kill over on Moo. They glimpse it back under the tower. Now with the Starfall, Cancel is rotated over. The damage is enough to kill off Crit, giving the space for Moo to escape. Cancel needs to go invis with the Moonlight Shadow. He can on 40 HP. He's got no way out. There's no mana. Sumail missed the clap, and he won't keep up the pursuit. The creep wave's coming over, but Moonlight Shadow will last just long enough for Cancel to get back into the river.
And a good move by him. Just going to wait this one out in TP. Does not want to get caught on the way home.
Monkeys is on the run bottom lane. Lasso up from Universe, dragging him back. Zai's got the follow-up stun. So Darkseer will lose his life on the off lane after a successful rotation from Complexity.
And Universe is owning his lane now. His CS is not amazing, but the amount of pressure that he's put on this game just how many times we've looked bottom. That's called space creation, man. If it grabs the attention of the observers, I guarantee it's grabbing the attention of CoL. And he's going to get a really fast Blink Dagger this game.
Z-Freak's charging into top. I don't know if that's just really going to achieve that much apart from just saying hello to Sumail. Swindles. And again, he's going to push the lane back in Sumail's favor by throwing out this Illuminate.
He's got to be a little careful. He will get the last hits at least on Swindles. So
wonder if he's looking too. Yeah, that's the primary goal. Straight into a smoke now. There's no radiant vision of that area.
I don't know where they're going to go here. Maybe mid. They definitely have to start ganking Arteezy at some point, but he does have Song of the Siren here.
And Arteezy slipped into the jungle. Like Arteezy actually abandoned the mid lane.
I don't think this is too unexpected, though, or too predictable.
Look at the line being drawn. They want to slip in between the tier 1, tier 2s.
It's a great choice here. Do they have the damage, though?
They have the Chronosphere. They got the time.
Swindle's messed up. He revealed on the tower.
Oh, and Arteezy, he's walking away.
Oh,
the Shadow Blast out, so they know it's there, but
that was a massive mistake from Swindles. Breaking the smoke there. They probably would have had that kill 100% if that smoke didn't break.
Well, Arteezy was keeping his awareness up, and in the meantime, the Darkseer, once again, another problem. They've fed another kill to Universe. That's 3 kills in favor of the Batrider at the moment.
I mean, at least they're doing some damage mid, but that's not going to do everything for them. Chakra Magic, at least you can do Starstorms at a faster rate. That could be some great advantage going into the mid game, but for now, they're just trying to slow down what Arteezy's doing, and it's not really working. He's so far ahead already. He's got 2,000 gold towards his Radiance.
They really need to stop him somehow, but that was also the plan. That was the smoke plan. Now bottom lane, Moo charging himself down with the Iron Shell. Z-Freak, they want to really work on him to charge forward, get another bash off before you actually commit something as big as Chronosphere. The Monkeys, double Iron Shells there. Swindles rotates over, and Zai, well, he will be lost.
They're doing a great job with the Iron Shell combos, and I feel like Z-Freak's getting a lot done right now. Another thing I want to point out is just oh my god, Crit just got both of their Observer wards. This is just amazing play by him. It cost him 3 sentries, but he knew they rotated from the top lane with a smoke, so he put a sentry down for the 2 high ground spots that are on the way towards that large camp gank, and then he got the second one that was placed nearby as well. Just amazing prediction there.
Oh, the Enrage. Sumail tries to get as much of the damage as possible. The arrow from Cancel will connect with a Starfall follow-up. Ursa will fall down, but Sumail's being very aggressive. He was actually creep skipping on the top lane. So it was only a matter of time before compLexity was going to punish.
That was just a great combo, really. I mean, normally Sumail's going to live through deaths like that, but if you get stunned for an extra 5 seconds afterwards, after a TP, how do you survive through that? There's very few heroes that would be able to get away.
Are you actually okay with this? Like, Chronosphere is now down for 2 minutes. Because technically you stop it. You stop compLexity from ganking Arteezy. So he keeps getting more space to farm.
That's a good point, but they do have pretty good ganking heroes. I mean, the same combo is going to keep getting used. Chronosphere, Spirit Breaker, charge and combo. That's what they have to do. They have to use those strong skills to get kills. And with those kills, they'll have gold advantage. And maybe be able to pressure him later.
4-man smoke from EG. They head to Roshan while Universe is hovering on the bot lane. I don't know if he's working out. There's a whole bunch of people here. In fact, now with Arteezy coming down, he's there with Crit. The arrow, it won't connect. In fact, he hits on Batrider, but with a Song of the Siren, they hold him there. The Storm is up, and it's Cancel, as well as Swindle's caught inside of it. They'll bring Cancel back with a glimpse, but both are not dead. They couldn't find one target to kill, but while this is happening, Sumail is still killing off Roshan. So compLexity scattered to the winds, but Sumail, after he stops being bashed, now has Roshan and the Aegis.
That was a really cool way that EG did that. Just grab the smoke on everybody. Ursa hits up Roshan. They start a fight on the other side. There's no way that Cole's going to have the focus to think during that fight, hey, where's Ursa? I wonder if he's taking a Roshan. So not only the fight doesn't go well for them, but they still profit because they double comboed it. Smoke also gives them Rosh.
The only downside is you have to commit something like Song with the Siren. So compLexity will have a good window to fight when their chrono is up while Song is down.
I don't know if that matters when your Naga is going to get a 15-minute radiance, though, because he's up to 36 right now. He didn't have to buy an Aquila because raindrops give you even more than an Aquila does per second.
A little bit of a missed stun on bottom lane. Zai going to be on the run. Cancel was looking for the arrow, but the bash of Spirit Breaker just sent the Ogre just a little bit too far away.
For once, the luck actually detrimental to Z-Freak. He'll keep getting those.
I hate to say that it was the bash from the charge, not the second bash.
Oh, okay.
So it was just a mispositioning from Cancel. But they get the tier 1 tower and the kill on the Ogre.
So while the laning stage looked so rough, I think CoL is completely stabilizing. The way that they've been approaching these ganks, they have had some mistakes, but they are also having a lot of success here. And like you said, sleep is down. This is the time to pressure here. They're going to do a little bit of a bottle transformation. Relic is up. It's going to be on the way to Arteezy in a moment. And he's got about 1,000 gold.
Actually, look at the difference between just Arteezy and Cancel. Like you might see a lot of difference.
There's a 60% versus 0, but I expect that kill participation to be 0 for quite a while.
Yeah. Oh, Batrider actually going to find Moo, but a quick time walk away. It's EG's turn to invade the compLexity jungle and start establishing visions. They put down 2 Ops wards as well. Yeah,
I actually think the Observer Ward vision here that EG has in the enemy jungle is almost not needed because CoL is clearly going to want to go aggressive. They want to go aggressive versus Arteezy. It makes more sense, in my opinion, for them to ward some coverage of their own jungle, since that's where CoL will likely be. Maybe they'll be able to spot, I don't know, one passive hero in the in CoL's jungle, but I think they're slightly off base with those wards right now.
Maybe they're still thinking that Swindles was meant to be farming something more in the jungle with the CoL, or at least prepping for like Mirana Starfall farm too.
It's possible, but. I mean, the wards can really pay off if you put Arteezy there, perhaps. But he's got his ult in about 15 seconds, and he's only 400 gold from Relic.
Prepare to fight. 11 seconds, still Song of the Sirens up. Sumail's in deep. As Zai is actually in a bit of a trouble. Moo has Chronosphere available. They're going to let Zai die once again for the cause, but the arrow from Cancel off target. Monkeys will move in. But the Faceless Void's last hit will get that kill, but now Song is up. So is Wall.
That was pretty good for them, I think. Didn't have to use any big ultimates, really. Just maybe CoL ult. That's about it. No big loss. They've still got Chronosphere. They can keep pressuring. Tower goes down. Mirana's going to get the last hit.
But Radiance is about to arrive.
It's close, but it's not quite there. In this period of fighting, he's only gotten one large camp, and maybe this medium, but it was Mud Golem, so not a good camp to farm. He doesn't want to go to the bot lane. That place isn't safe. And they're missing their timing by like 1 minute here. If they had Radiance right now, they would fight. But they've got to wait for this camp to respawn. They've got to get them 100 gold, and then it's time to party.
You almost wonder if compLexity should have thrown something down here now. Like, I know Arteezy sitting just on the edge. They're going to assume he'll just get it from the mid lane, but...
Yeah, he definitely will here.
Yeah, they actually put a little bit more of defensive observer wards. So it's not the most common of dire observer wards, but it'll let them know when EG move to the bot lane.
Yeah, and it's all about the fact that the last time they rotated through and dropped wards, both were countered instantly, almost within 2 minutes.
So try and mix it up.
Absolutely. It's very important sometimes.
So the Radiance is done at 15-ish minutes. Got a lot of money on Samel too, so this Mask of Madness and Blink Dagger is arriving as he sells the Orb of Venom. Still needs 100 gold, and then he'll have the Blink.
Yeah, he's in a good spot as well. Always going to be aiming for the back line. Here's who
That's a
wants
good
to
observer.
grab.
That observer ward that EG planted when they aggressively moved into compLexity's jungle sets up for the kill over on Z-Freak. They need to chain the stuns, however, Z-Freak would have just charged himself away. Doesn't happen. They find the kill.
Yeah, that one became very useful once they finally felt comfortable pressuring the top lane. Because now it spots any CoL hero rotating up there that hasn't already been sitting there. So definitely paying off finally, and definitely a hard one to predict as well. Maybe Z-Freak didn't expect it because EG hadn't been in that area in a long time, but the ward's paying off and getting them a kill, and now guaranteed tier 1.
And now with the daytime, they see Arteezy sitting in behind the rest of EG. And this is a 5-man maneuver with the observer wards from compLexity. They understand that EG is not farming their own jungle. And they still haven't de-warded that obs ward. It's right next to Swindles as well as Cancel. They have the sentry first, however. Swindles is holding 2 of them, and they smoke on top of the observer ward.
It was pinged. I assume they saw that one.
That was the one from Disruptor, yep.
But I don't even think EG cares right now. They just have to spread out. Look at all the farming. There's illusions at every single medium camp. Those have all been clear. Top lane is being pushed in. They could actually just stand around and not even worry about the smoke, as long as they're in a pretty good position for when CoL would break smoke.
Maybe the only reason they care is just the Aegis is gone. So without it out of the picture, but then again, compLexity look like they're better to farm. Like, that mech is now up.
They're
still going to fly out to monkeys, though.
I mean, yeah, the gold graph's really close right now. Only 1,000 advantage for the Radiant team, and we're definitely going to see Naga get a stupid amount of farm this game, but what about the rest of his team? I'm not so sure that we're going to see the same thing. Will Batrider continue to scale? I mean, Ogre and Disruptor certainly aren't going to unless they start having some great fights. Another big D ward by EG here. They're just on target. I've seen 3 D wards at least so far.
And that's all being that nice clustered area too. Like, focusing on the close camps. Samel, Mask of Madness is up. He's not going to be able to catch up to monkeys. That Blink Dagger is still on cooldown for a little too long.
Gonna beat up on the Hellbears instead.
Swindles actually just pulled Cancel down. Just recalled him into the bottom lane. And Samel, thanks to the Observer Ward this up, he knows there's a lot more heroes on this bot lane. He'll time out.
At least for CoL, it did die in their vision, so they know that EG knows that they're all there.
They Moonlight Shadowed. They're hoping for some kind of like jump. You've got the Chronosphere.
Look at Zai, maybe.
You want one pick, Cancel. Able to get close enough to Zai. Sees Samel as well. Doesn't have the perfect initiation. Now Moonlight Shadow will wear off. Throws the arrow through the tree line. Zai able to blindly dodge it.
Yeah, just a little off here. Oh, did you see Void's going Vanguard? Is he going to grab a Radiance too? I honestly wonder. It's definitely possible. Kind of covers Disable plus Ursa a little bit. Not a huge amount, but the extra HP is always very nice to have.
For all the D wards that EG has managed to do, Zai still believes investing in a gem is going to be worth it. Obviously, you've got a Naga gem carrier.
Yeah, so basically send these everywhere. They've all got their own little gems. It's OP. But, you know, the important thing is the Midnight, whatever it's called. Midnight Shadow? Is that right? Yes, Moonlight Shadow. Almost. I've only been playing this game for a few years, so I'm allowed to make mistakes, guys.
Universe has found an opportunity. He's found Moo in the tree line. With this Invis rune, Moo obviously is going to have no idea unless he realizes the experience is a little bit lower.
Yeah, that's one way. That one's pretty difficult, though. I think it was just a little bit of game sense right there. I don't think they saw any major movement. Just they have really bad vision right now. They actually have 0 wards on the map. So sometimes you're like, okay, I'm going to take this, and then I don't feel safe anymore. So a little standard in that way.
For EG, something similar can be said about vision. They just put down a fresh Observe Ward on the top river, but they've got no aggressive vision. I suppose Naga is kind of like that walking detection wards as well.
Yeah, and the other thing you can do is just push waves all the time, which is what Naga does. Run up to where the creeps spawn, you slap your illusion down, maybe press your Riptide button, and all of a sudden the whole creep wave's dead. Mu playing carry. Not farming amazing, that's for sure. Especially Vanguard, definitely going to slow you down. He's matching the Bat Rider right now. But really, the importance of the hero is to jump in and to grab a Chronosphere on somebody important and get an arrow follow-up. So he's all about game sense this game, pretty much. He's actually, I would say, time dilation is also quite good against Ursa. Overpower, definitely something that you want to cycle multiple times in a team fight.
Are we still concerned though, like he doesn't have enough damage? So you talk about all the wonderful controls. If this was a 3-position Faceless Void, I'd be like, yeah, this is actually really awesome for him.
Yeah.
But you're running a Darkseer. It almost feels like they're layering.
Oh, well, yeah, I would say Darkseer definitely makes up for a lot of it. Iron Shell, give him some early damage output, get some gold from kills. The thing that's worrying me the most is just that Mirana doesn't have Ags yet. It's 20 minutes in, he's still 1,000 away. He hasn't died, he hasn't fed. Oh, got him to see a lasso.
Yep, down on bottom lane. There's Z-Freak being caught out. There was a little bit of help nearby in the form of Mu, but there was nothing he could do.
Really not that big of a loss, though. They are getting supremely behind. In the last 5 minutes, it's been a 3,000 net worth change in EG's advantage, and that's just what Naga Siren does. So basically, CoL has to continuously go to where the lanes are and push them out because Naga's undercutting them all.
compLexity got a little bit lucky. Roshan spawning and almost, like, he's 30 seconds shy of the maximum spawn time. If he spawned any earlier, EG would have gone from that kill into Roshan. And Samal actually wants to jump into mid on Mu. More of intimidation than anything else. The rest of EG is leaving. Arteezy's moving to the top lane. Crit's already up here. Thanks to the Radiant Observer Ward, the cancel is now sitting right on top of. He may just go down.
They can song this into Disrupt ulti.
Or they could just glimpse him.
Oh, that would also work.
Even if he leaps, they've got the vision, so you could throw down the ulti. The glimpse will bring him back in again. And cancel, no way to hide. Even inside the Moonlight Shadow, not while the Naga's sitting on top of him.
Easy kill there. And they obviously know there's a ward, but their sentry placement doesn't actually spot it. It's not placed far enough to the left, so the ward will live on.
compLexity actually pinged that shortly after they put down the sentry ward. Pinged just a little bit further to the side.
Oh,
but it's going to be Universe that sees it.
That's rough, man. Naga Siren very close to Octarine Core. The map pressure is huge. He skipped Manta style, but he can.
There's so much net worth.
All they need to do on EG's side, continue farming the map like they are, limit their opponent's ability to gank by pushing lanes out and not getting ganked, and make sure that Naga can be there with Song of the Siren if things get a little iffy.
And you can see compLexity, like, they're trying to bunker in for the long haul. Z-Freak going for the Hand of Midas before any major item.
It's pretty standard for a Spirit Breaker, though. Just because you're kind of item independent, gives you attack speed, more bashes, and it's really hard for your hero to farm. So kind of gives you everything. Levels, gold, and you're pretty happy with that.
compLexity smoking up. They're hovering around Roshan. They'll see he's alive thanks to Swindles poking his head in. EG will think about the same thing. In fact, they're going to 4-man smoke maneuver, and they're going straight for Roshan. So compLexity have managed to actually loop around the back. They might get lucky by finding Arteezy. But do they have enough damage? Do they have enough heroes? They're losing cancel. The smoke gang from EG pays off. Now Mu jumps in, but EG split 3 ways. They don't know who to really go on. The wall will come down, just more of control from Crit. As Mu, no he can't. The Song of the Siren actually lets them reset. Evil Geniuses, they're running away. Zai's still caught in the middle of this fight, but then again, by standing here with the Naga illusions, Monkeys has to run, but he's burning to the Radiance. He can't even make it to the neutrals to deny himself. Zai might be on low life, but friends are nearby. Ursa Warrior jumps in, able to actually get that bash as well. Mu just can't catch a break and never found a chrono target. And goes the entire fight without using it. Now this means 3 hero kills plus Roshan goes the way of EG.
They did get a charge off on Naga. At least they're going to TP in with Mirana, but she still doesn't have Ags. So even if he charges in, I mean, if the arrow lands,
it does. 5 seconds on the stun. Up in the top lane right now. Arteezy is the big kill. Bottom lane. Swindles is also being attacked. Swindles will go down, but Arteezy, he finds a kill. He's making the distance, playing the Fog of War. Up, around, but no, it won't be enough. Cancel. He needs to survive with the Starfall. He'll do it. Gains the gem of the Naga Siren.
Huge kill there by CoL. Great play by Z-Freak to go for that one. And if that arrow didn't land, that gank was dead. But that's a huge kill for them. Ags for Mirana now, and they steal the gem. That should give them some map control. And with that Naga being dead, it looks like EG's a little too scared to Roche. That was a crucial pick that could get CoL back in the game.
They also missed the positioning. Samael got caught up on the hill, and they blinked and force-staffed around him to then get him down into Roshan. By that point, you got no escape abilities. So they just, they bailed.
Good segue of events after that terrible team fight for CoL. They looked pretty hopeless there, but now they've got a lot more damage with the double Starfall. Not to mention they can try to abuse things like Chakra Magic on that, lower the cooldown by 5 to 6 seconds. That's like 3 Starfalls in a much shorter time period than normal.
This Naga, how do you stop her? With the BTs out, like 100 gold for Octarine, the Courier's already sitting there for it.
It's 2 times the net worth of the next enemy hero.
Yep. And now he even gets an Arcane Rune just to make it even nicer for him. But it's the fact that Arteezy's been so efficient with his illusions. Like, they've been going into the lanes, they've been going into the neutral camps. Every single one has basically taken a cluster of units. This is why his net worth is so huge. And Sumail, he's going to do it the old-fashioned way, but the chrono from Mu, it caught the edge of Ursa. They'll kill off the Disruptor to start with, back and back into the wall. Now Sumail wants to fight. The Moonlight Shadow make this difficult, but the Blink, the Lasso, they drag back Mu. Can they get the kill? He can't time walk out this one. Illumina's coming in from Swindles, but Arteezy stops the fun. Lets the Song of the Siren go. The Illumina might look like it travels across the map, but it doesn't happen that way. Sumail doesn't take any of the damage, so he does get away to freedom.
Maybe a late Illuminate release there, but
that's fine.
Still pretty good fight for CoL, kind of, considering that they're behind. They actually trade a core for a support, but they get more gold advantage, and the levels are surely going to help also.
They also slow down EG. Like, Ursa can't slip in and just grab Roshan, have that Aegis, and let EG go for next big play.
Yeah, I mean, the Vanguard was kind of a cool idea here to give him a little bit of extra hits against the Ursa, but it's not actually giving him enough just yet. And if he would survive all these with just a fraction, he was very close to time walking in that last fight. I think he maybe could have made it if he didn't go for time dilation, but he did. He goes down, and that's the carry, man. Even though he doesn't hit that hard, just be able to keep him alive is
Universe
important.
bottom lane, looking towards Swindles. Monkeys is going to surge him away.
He's quite farmed at least. Monkeys is doing really well. Pipe will surely help, especially against Radiance, actually. That should cover so many damage ticks from that. They're going to go for a smoke. I guess they want to turn and go. Oh, they actually, I think with the gem, they spotted the... No, maybe not. Must have been an EG ping.
Maybe. Sumail's coming over to the pit now. So compLexity, you've smoked up. You don't have maneuverability on Monkeys. He went for the pipe as well as the Mexano with no Blink Dagger. It's not as scary around the pit.
I mean, I think they can definitely do it, though. There's Naga trying to slow things down.
Song of the Siren's available. 5-second arrow on Sumail. This could do a lot. Arteezy, does he let the ulti go? The Illuminate destroys him. Crits on low life, throws the ulti down, but Mirana's already picked up the double kill. Cancel have to wait around a little bit longer, but then Mu lassoed up onto the hillside. He'll jump back down against a 2-man chrono. Arteezy and Ogre caught. There's no mana for Song of the Siren. The arrow chain from Cancel is perfect as well, and another Illumina from Swindles. They're getting kills left, right, and center. Sumail might have jumped back in, but it's at the cost of his own life. You kill off at least one with the SB. The Moonlight Shadow trying to be used. They can dive in deeper. Sumail still on the run. The arrow flies low. Sumail runs high. Ogre, can he create some space? Maybe with the Ignite, with some slow. Push down the Sentry Ward, so at least they get the vision. The mana leak. Sumail, he'll get stunned up with that back in again. It drained everything out, gave the stun, and this will be a team wipe in favor of compLexity, leveling the board at 15-15. Net worth means nothing. Team fight means everything.
Everything went perfect in that fight. The arrow on Ursa, he looked high HP, but then Cancel read the situation. The jump in double Starstorm with the full channeled Illuminate just instantly blown up. And as soon as that happened, the fight looked really tough for EG. They had a great static storm to try to kill Cancel, but from the high ground, Monkeys mech'd him. He stayed alive. And then the big chrono, catching 3 EG heroes, guaranteeing another round of huge nukes. And then it was just the chase. See how many kills you can get.
Let's have a look at it again. So this is where it all starts. Sumail, delete.
Yeah.
Practically with Starfall and Illuminate. Yeah, Crit couldn't go anywhere. He at least gets the ulti down, so they hold the Mirana in position, but we're straight back into the fight. Not even a time for a replay. Trigger off the dust. They were looking for Z-Freak. He initiated with that Shadow Blade. The spoils of war, with all that money he got from the last fight, he purchased it. But now he loses his life.
Man, look at the net worths now. The Darkseer and Mirana, they're actually above Ursa now. Ursa actually hasn't been farming that much. And that's definitely one of the big problems of having a Naga Siren, is that she pushes the lanes out, which means they're far away from your base. So you don't get any easy farm. It's pretty much just jungling. And then you also want to take kills, but EG doesn't really want to teamfight too much, especially after what just happened. So Ursa doesn't have a lot of great ways to stay ahead in farm. And now, because there's Ags on bottom, he can definitely get farm, no matter what.
Because it's also the three. It's the three Starfalls. The one from the Ags, and then potentially 2 from just the insanely low cooldown that Chakra grants you.
It's a huge advantage.
So if you can just hold EG in, say, a clustered area like Roshan, you get Illuminate plus 3 Starfalls. That's so much magical damage to try and resist.
All right, moves up to 3,400 gold. Almost for sure he's going to get Radiance here. A little surprised he's still committing to it, considering what the setback was, but it's pretty great item against EG. 2 of their heroes are Blink Dagger heroes, both Batrider as well as Ursa. That means every second these guys are going to get their Blink Dagger disabled if they don't have something like Raindrops. So, good pickup, especially if he can stay alive.
Well, if Swindles can finish up the Aghanim Scepter, then that's a higher possibility. Because then you're going to have that heal coming in from a Swindles, not just the damage, and more of a global thing, which is something they really needed up against the Naga. Another pickoff. Monkeys.
That's a dead hero.
Yep. Very, very dead.
Chain stuns, man, they're good. And Zai actually even going for Fire Blast max out. Kind of a cool build. Very good against Faceless Void. That's why he's opting for that. They need burst damage. They need to kill heroes before they get their mechs off and their leaps off and their chronos off. So makes a whole lot of sense here. And even though RTZ has such high net worth compared to everybody else, I'm looking at his items and he actually looks kind of empty in some ways. Like, he's definitely very good at fighting. Most of
is that what's coming on the courier? Yeah, it's the rest of the mantra on the courier now.
All right, this makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Octarine also a very expensive item, but very fast hero. His damage is still okay. It's not amazing. And until he gets like Diffusal Blade, maybe a Butterfly afterwards, it's going to still be hard for him to take fights to CoL a little, even though his farm is so high.
Is it worth going straight for Diffusal, or is it more important to have illusions which Mirana can't just nuke down?
Well,
so your split push is stronger again.
I mean, they're going to be nukeable no matter what, and just by scaling naturally, just gaining HP is already going to be fine, because Mirana doesn't have a lot of single target damage. She has mostly AoE, so I don't think he has to worry too much about buying a heart. I think he could honestly just go Diffusal, then he can remove things like Blinding Light, he can remove Mana Leak from him or others, he can remove Time Dilation. That's the big thing right now, so and make his illusions actually do great damage.
Universe, Blink, and Lasso manages to find Swindles, drags him all the way back over. Swindles doesn't spend any of his money, only loses about 250 of it, because most of that is still reliable gold.
So CoL, again, losing one hero, kind of a big loss, especially because the lane's already pushed out.
Not just the lane too, Samel's gone in for Roshan. So they've been waiting a long time, EEG, to get in for this. Put the Observer Ward down, the Tier 1 tower, they're not really pressuring it, they're actually really gathering around Roshan to make sure Samel is safe in what he's doing. But now they'll finally come back and finish the tower.
Yeah, maybe something CoL should have gone for, but honestly, they don't have good rush heroes at all. One of the big lackings in their lineup here. It's pretty much Faceless Void is the best, but he's not good.
He doesn't have damage.
Doesn't have damage.
Like, as you said, like, he's building into this Radiance. He's been sitting there for a long time with net worth that doesn't do anything.
And the damage he actually does is mostly magical, which is heavily resisted by Roche. So Ursa is a little bit better against Roche. They may even lose this Tier 2 here. And I kind of think it's all right for CoL to trade this just because they're 70 gold away from Radiance on the Void alone.
They're keeping the other lanes pressured in. Like, Cancel creep skips out the mid while this pressure gets applied on the bottom lane.
Yeah, he's going to go back now. He's got it. Almost immediately, I expect them to go for a smoke fight.
I'm wondering if compLexity is almost happy. Like they want to fight, right?
Yep, now they do.
Like, you almost want EG to think that they can go high ground, even though they're not going to do that. Their lineup is still great for a split push, but like the defense for high ground for compLexity is quite nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
It'll be better once Monkey says that Blink Dagger. I'm still waiting for that critical item from him. Because right now the jump in initiation is Faceless Void.
Yeah, it's a little scary, especially when he goes Radiance like this. Definitely impacts it. I don't know. I just feel like EG is not going to be so grouped up that they're going to get caught in the first place. Obviously, Vacuum is going to help them group a little bit more, but it's always going to take vision. And they've almost got it. Once they get CoL eggs, a lot of that Batrider advantage is going to be lessened, just because they should see their opponents before their opponents see them. Gem plus that changes everything, and maybe that's what Swindles needs to do. Really focus on getting last hits, but there's never any creeps on their side of the map. It's always pushed out by CoL. And the few times that he has tried to push lanes, sometimes he gets ganked.
And that's where he loses the money. That's what happened on bottom lane. Knows what he needs, just can't find space for it. Throw an Iron Shell down from Monkeys. Creep Wave pushes out. The Mirana creep skips. Creep Wave pushes out.
So they're setting up in the top side of the map right now. Fighting anywhere there isn't towers is a good idea for EG. Something CoL really abused in their final victory against EG, and the last time they played was buying back, TPing to a tower near where the fight is, and then taking essentially a 6-on-5. So even if they lose gold from buying back, they'll about equalize it from winning a strong team fight. They can't really do that this game, though. It means they can't make very many mistakes, and they have to be very careful.
Smel's giving up his TP scroll to hold on to that fresh BKB of his. So just keep in mind the fact that Smell can't come back if things go wrong. I think his plan, though, is to die if something goes wrong.
Yeah, most likely. I do like the BKB pickup, though, especially if he gets it off before the chrono. Before he was using Enrage for that, but it's not adequate because it's really about the stun follow-up. But
he gets hit by the arrow.
Exactly. Pop BKB, no arrow. At least you survive the chrono, then you can fight afterwards.
Look at Cancel. He's checking the sides. Okay. Blinks into Arteezy, leaps away. But he's throwing arrows into the tree line on the north part of the top lane.
Yeah.
He's looking for Universe.
Yeah, if he got lassoed up there and all of EG is standing by, very, very dangerous.
Well, I like this item choice from Cancel. An E-Blade. That's going to throw a spanner in the works for the Ursa. Even though Samel does have his BKB.
And not just Ursa, also I would say against Naga Siren, he's got tons of HP. He's getting lifesteal just from standing there because of the Radiance. If you can just increase the magic damage he takes, all of their heroes can amp that up. Morana's double Starfall. You can do an Illuminate Blast. Just Ion Shell tricking away is going to work. And Radiance as well. Just lots of magic on CoL. So we're hitting this timing window where if they get enough BKBs on EG, they're actually going to have really good resistance against CoL's nukes.
Swindles is desperately trying to find his last bit of farm. Unfortunately, he didn't illuminate the wave properly, so he's only going to get one out of that entire creep wave. And he's still short by 550 gold of getting the Aghanims.
Yeah, so this is a dangerous moment here. They're going to try to catch them on the retreat back.
Spotted. Yep, Blink Lasso. They're going to throw down at least with the Moonlight Shadow. They don't have the detection available. And now, in fact, it's going to be a defensive Yule Sitter from Universe. Doesn't have his force off a Blink Dagger. Moo keeps going with the extra help. They get the stuns out. Z-Freak does the work. And Samael with no mana on himself. He's in the midst of this fight, so 2 down for EG, and compLexity want to keep going. The arrows fly out, but already Zai's down. Ursa stunned up. Mana Leak from Swindle's doing work. They'll burn the Aegis.
All right, they need creeps to charge to or something like that, so they got Iron Shell, actually.
Samael charge straight through. The BKB from Samael tries to fight, gets the bash on the Spirit Breaker, brings down Z-Freak. Samael wants to fight harder. Can he do it? They keep on him, and now the run around the side, but you have to go home. The tier 3 tower in the mid lane's already almost brought down. Arteezy's been taken care of. This is the Naga. Illumina from Swindles will slow this, and now it's 42. The Illusion's back in again. Can't get it down. 42 seconds. Song of the Siren TP out by Arteezy. So at least buy time for the rest of EG to get back up. But that's the money that Swindles was looking for.
Oh man, EG made a pretty big mistake there with the lasso grab. He pulled him to an area right on the cliff edge, and unfortunately he pulled him just a little bit down it to the point where the Ursa couldn't finish the kill. And at that point, they're committed. They were able to chase, they were able to take a huge fight, getting tons of kills. Cancel hitting the back lane as well. Disruptor couldn't even help because he just got blown up right off the bat.
Now look at that graph just swing around. The gold. EG repaired all the damage that was done by that original fight with compLexity where they team wiped him, and then they're starting to dive back down a little bit. Not too far, but it's the experience which goes down too far. And here's that moment again. So the Yule Scepter up.
Time dilation. He had 3 skills on cooldown, so a super big slow. Not to mention the huge ultimate from Spirit Breaker on the back line. And once his blink is disabled here, he's in a lot of trouble because he's not going to be able to get away.
Oh, we're going to come back live. Bottom lane. Initiation's already off. They just hold Z-Freak again in position. Trying to be aggressive. It creates a little bit of space by him going to the bottom lane. He's dragged all of EG down there to the lane, and this is allowing Cancel to push the top lane out.
Yeah.
So the tier 1 tower is under attack. He's still very defensive about it. Arrowing always to scout out the tree line. Maybe he gets lucky.
Because if he ever gets lassoed, he's pretty much dead. Even though, I mean, lasso was used there, but who knows? Maybe grab a support, get a free kill. Might as well. It's the first time they've been able to take a tower in a long time. But they got to go back and defend. Mid tower is gone.
They try to keep it up with Blinding Light, but no one wants to come in range of the Naga Illusions.
All right, Kensel's TPing back now with the leap. Moo's picking up a Yasha as well. Possibly Manta next. Gonna be a Naga of his own, I guess. Not too surprising. And the farm levels of CoL is looking real good. Darkseer, the Faceless Void, as well as Cancel on the Morana. They're all getting very competitive with Ursa. So at some point, Naga is going to start sucking. Actually, she's pretty much there. 1,800 gold. She's got 6 items. You can swap some of these out, but it's not a whole lot better. It's just a little different circumstantially. So EG's on this crazy clock right now. If CoL can keep this game going for like another 20 minutes, I feel like, and they don't just get a huge split push advantage, like they need to get a Rax real soon so that CoL can never leave their side of the map.
I would feel so much more comfortable about this in the complexity's position if I had a better way to deal with these illusions. And they just don't, because of that heart that was also picked up on Arteezy. They're just so difficult to kill. A double Starfall doesn't do the work. You need both an Illuminate and a double Starfall. And Arteezy's doing a fantastic job of splitting up these illusions. So you got some attacking through bottom, some attacking through mid, a little bit chipping away at top, and complexity, they can't just focus and deal with it in one front.
And they've got great wards for it as well. 1 mid, 1 top, 1 bottom. They want to know if CoL leaves their base, and they're going to try to prevent it at all times. Sumel's going to go back on the map, getting some farm done on the jungle camps, and the other 4 heroes are going to sit where they are.
Maybe that's when you have to look to cancel to get something like BTs up.
I mean, it could kind of work. Moo could also do something. He's fairly survivable by himself. They're going to smoke it, though. And Midnight.
They're coming out to fight.
They'll leave this ward here.
Crit's the closest one for them. Now it's actually going to be Zai. Sits on the tree line, and up they go. Chronosphere. It doesn't catch them all. Arteezy's just far enough away, so he'll get the Song of the Siren off. The arrow will connect, however, so Universe Illumina flies in. There goes your Batrider. Song of the Siren will end, and the E-Blade pop down to disrupt to 2. The wall and the storm might have got up in time. Now Sumail and Arteezy, they try and do some work, but Z-Freak bouncing back that BKB magic immune Sumail. They try and focus on a different target. It's Arteezy. He's number 1 target for complexity. The buyback even came out from Swindles. He'll be the man on the defense, but can they kill Arteezy? He's still a rough ask to do. Is there that Starfall? There's that magical pop damage, combining up with the E-Blade amplification. They're able to find the kill. The range Rax was lost at mid, but the melee still survives.
And they stole the gem from CoL, but I think they actually just traded gems, pretty sure here. Yep, they did.
One on Zai, and yep, the other on Swindles.
Yep, just a little trade. Swindles getting blown up at the start. Looks like he did go for a buyback.
Sumail.
Oh!
Well, Moo was there.
That was on my screen, but it happened so fast.
Swindles tried to help Matt like he mana leaked. Charges coming in, and he's gonna bring Cancel to the fight. Ursa is still waiting it out. It's got Enrage up in 14 seconds now. Cancel has to retreat out. Z-Freak will arrive. They have the vision. The arrow connects on the Ursa. It's pretty point-blank range, but Sumail into the Enrage, and they got the lasso. Spirit Breaker can't do much more, but you do get the Yule Scepter. This will break free of that mana leak, allowing Universe to blink himself away without getting stunned. But Cancel, the double Starfall. Crit down to 8 HP. Still alive. They're backing him back over. Will it be enough? No, Z-Freak. He'll see Crit. One more punch will do the work. A double kill for the Spirit Breaker. Zion's managed to retreat back to his tier 3 tower.
What a close fight, man. Cancel going for the big plays, but for once actually falling a little short there, and Arteezy surviving and at least coming back and pushing out the mid lane.
Well, let's actually have a look at it. So this is the perspective of Faceless Void, that initiation.
Oh, look at that vision.
So good. And then gets a 3-man, but Arteezy just on the side that he didn't get him.
The crucial moment, though, was this arrow from Cancel coming to the side, guaranteeing that Batrider dies towards the start, and the big double nuke shutting down Crit. They started the fight with 2 kills and the song down.
The positioning from Cancel was amazing. Like, it's just far enough away. Song of the Siren, Arteezy. He's got help coming over. Sumail is already being charged, however. This is coming in from the top lane. So it'll take a while for Z-Freak to arrive. But Swindle's protected by Lotus Orb. Yes, protect your Keeper of the Light. He is the most important hero in complexity.
And don't forget that he has flying vision here. They can see all the enemy heroes coming, so Swindles is fairly covered by his team, and that should mean that their fight's starting a good way. And AG's always got to be scared about the Chronosphere. If you catch 2 heroes, and especially if one of them is Naga Siren, then you're probably going to lose the fight.
Swindles is currently dying to the Naga illusions, though. I mean, okay, he hits himself with his own Illuminate, and he's fine.
Yeah, it's free 500 HP heal, right? It's definitely a good place to be for him. I'm not really sure what they do to actually deal with these later. Maybe they start getting attack speed items on Void. I'd love to see something like Radiance, or not Radiance, Mjolnir would be great. Attack speed increase. Great way to deal with
great observer ward. Arteezy's walking straight into him. So they start. Moo gets the chrono off. The arrow flies forward. It hits not on anybody. It just timed out before it hit Crit. Now with a leap into the Starfall. Mirana into a death. She jumps with Z-Freak. Maybe can space and be created. No, it can't. Mirana's down, but the back wall. Monkeys. He'll make a whole bunch of new friends out of EG. Song of the Siren from Arteezy tries to stop the fun once again. Crit's back into base safely, but Zai, he's
cancel
trapped
back.
outside, so he'll drop
the
down.
dodge.
And where is it?
He meant to dodge the E-Blade Starfall. He actually lived because of that. What a sick play from Arteezy. That was so close, and that was a buyback from Cancel for that moment. So finally, EG getting some advantage here. They absolutely took control of that aggression from CoL. CoL lost gold. EG didn't really gain any there, but definitely good.
compLexity will still be able to take out the tier 2 tower on bottom lane, so there's a small advantage from this. Thanks to the buyback of Cancel, he went back to deal with the mid creep wave, which was attacking the melee.
That's again the big threat. They don't want to get Arax.
Let's have a look at this again. So there's the E-Blade, quick dodge by Arteezy.
Yeah.
Waits for the style points at the last moment.
It was absolutely the right read from Cancel there, but because his Manta style was off cooldown, perfect timing there to dodge that.
Finally, Swindles can come back and take care of the Observer wards. One of them's already timed out.
And he's got Glimmer Cape picked up as well. It'll be very nice to try to keep him alive. Cancel next item, Plate Mail picked up. I wonder if he's going to do something like Shiva's or AC this game. His right-click damage right now is pretty bad, but going for something like AC could offset it a bit. Shiva's guard's actually quite good against illusions because it lowers their attack speed and they can't buff it up very easily.
He can always just let the Darkseer go for the Sock Your Ass. Not the Monkeys has, he's already got 29 armor. Yeah. And he's refusing to buy the Blink Dagger. He's it's Lotus Orb. It's all the other protection he can find for his teammates, not the initiation.
I'm kind of into the Shivas a little bit here, but we'll see what he goes for.
EG, look for the opening. It's a smoke maneuver. Blink Lasso up on the top lane, dragging Moo back. They need to kill him with a Disruptor Storm. They hold him there. Blinding Light pushes him back. But Disruptor Storm is the last tick of damage. There's just no Faceless Void, no buyback available. Now, EG's not aware of this because he's only short by 130 gold.
I mean, they're going to keep pressuring at least until he buys back. They'll push lanes in. Look, the Naga illusions are already going to each lane. They're actually doing a bit more to pull everything in the mid lane, but
it creates space. Samael's into Roshan.
Exactly.
And this is now going to be our cheese.
Yeah.
So extra regeneration for EG.
And Ursa's once again second most farmed hero in the game. A big advantage for him, especially because he's got an extra item slot going for him. Not too far away from the 6th slot, but I'm sure he will appreciate whatever item he finishes up with. Maybe eggs.
Didn't realize Crit's also near his act as well. Point booster, he's already got the 2 1k items.
It's a really good choice, because if they do Naga Sleep, they get a guaranteed Disruptor ulti on somebody. And then it's going to disable items, which means pretty much anybody dies. We already saw that in the last engagement. Maybe a Glimmer Cape would save Void there, but unlikely. And that's really the big thing hurting CoL here. They don't have a good solution if somebody does get lassoed.
Means there's no straight counter by picking up a BKB. They need sustain.
Yeah. Or Linken's could also solve the problem a little. Batrider can always break it with Force Staff, but at least then he can't pull as far. But Moo's not really accruing items super fast here. He just now picked up the Manta.
He wants to go again, and he found a target. It's going to be Monkeys. Samael jumps quickly to the E-Blade. Pop will go on the Darkseer, buys a little bit of space, and they're outside the Storm. So the Storm will have no effect, but Monkey's still locked down. Samael with the Abyssal Blade holds him there, and Moo, he's actually chasing Crit. A long way out of base. He's still got his Time Walk available. Samael doesn't get any kind of lucky bash. Charge coming in from Z-Freak. Wants to create space, but it's only with the Naga Illusions. It'll still work enough. But the glimpse, Moo, another Time Walk. They didn't have much more vision, and now, with the Observer and Sentries, they're thinking about moving in close. Arteezy doesn't have a lot of mana. The Chronosphere catches out the Ogre, while over on the side is Samael mopping up the Spirit Breaker. Mirana forced to leap away from this fight, and they just waited out with a Song of the Siren. Reset. Zai wants to say invis, now runs away. Moo won't stick with this fight. The Illuminate will fly, and it just 4 staffs away. Ogre on 25 HP.
They're chasing Sumail, though. If they can... Okay, he's going to be able to blink. Oh, he gets trapped, actually. They don't have vision, though.
No one saw it, Samael.
I mean, Swindle sees it. Swindle sees it.
He's close. There's the flying vision. The charge is coming in. Monkeys will back him up to the hillside. So they get the stun from the mana leak.
Oh, man.
And Samael is trapped and murdered. Aegis Immortal down.
Oh, the mid-rax is going to fall, though. Creeps. Oh, they stopped.
Oh, they moved off.
Oh, if they can get their independence.
No, look, Universe is coming. Universe is coming. 1 attack. That'll do it for Universe, but they're looking to actually kill off Samael as well. So Samael will die twice. No buyback available, but the melee is down in the mid. And now Moo, nope, Arteezy says everybody stop. He bought a refresher orb. That's why Song of the Siren is back up already. But Spirit Breaker would love some vision. With the Bleak, there's your E-Blade pop. No Mana Style this time available for the Naga, but he'll dodge the arrow. Crit turns on the wall, and maybe with the Batrider holding holding him there. No, the flame break pushed Z-Freak back out again, but the big one, they wanted Moo controlled up. Ashy Mantis, time walk's available. He stands his ground, he wants to fight, now moves around. Arteezy is down, 76 seconds, buyback is available, but this fight is splitting up. Universe turns to the east, maybe the north. Moo, can he see him? Can he get close enough? He can't touch him, he can only smell him.
What an intense fight. Oh my god. Like, the fact that Ursa just died with Aegis just because just a slight misblink, and that his opponents had true vision, just seeing everything, that was insane. But EG capitalized it from the perfect way. They pressured the lanes in. They guaranteed the melee barracks with the Bat Raider aggression, and then Arteezy getting another tower top. So now it's a 1-Rax disadvantage. Top is open, which means any harass or any creeps going in here could be buildings dying. And CoL's still kind of winning fights, but it's still looking very, very close.
It's that danger zone, right? Like, EG, you said they needed 1 lane of Rax. They've got that now, but you were asking for that like 15, 20 minutes ago.
I mean, they can absolutely still win this game because every single fight that's happening is on CoL's side of the map. If it happens on EG's side, then CoL is likely to win fights, get on the other side, force buybacks, and that's when things get really dangerous for EG. So as long as they keep all the waves constantly pushed out, if they keep all the creep waves close to their enemy's side, that means that the creeps have to walk all the way across the map, and CoL has to be there to push them as well.
Cancel got that Shivas you're asking for.
I think it's the right move. It's not amazing versus the Ursa in some ways. Maybe AC would be better, but I really like the idea of popping Shivas, leaping in or blinking in to do a double starfall. His AoE damage is going to be incredible.
Smoke's being purchased up by EG. They're pretty grouped up to fight. At the same time, there's a couple of fresh items which are going to change the fight around for both sides. Zai completes up an entire pipe. He bought the entire thing from scratch. And the other thing, the Darkseer finally has initiation. Monkeys finally has that Blink Dagger. We had one moment where his vac wall was really good, but that happened after the fight really began. The rest of the time, he's just been the aid station behind complexity.
They're looking to take a fight here. The charge is coming through. Actually, it's going to spot out Arteezy.
Oh, he's just run straight past him. They're going for the disruptor. They really want crit down. The arrow is going to connect. The Song of the Siren from Arteezy. It's too late. He's already lost his disruptor. We'll just TP out and EG will disengage.
And they're TPing back to base because the lanes are pushed. And it was a really smart way that CoL did that. They said, okay, this is the guy that's going to guarantee one of us dies after the song. Kill him first. They ran right past the other high targets, the high value targets, and they went straight for the disruptor. It's a great choice.
Okay, Arteezy needs to spend some of this money.
He can't.
He's on 7.6k. I don't even care like right now if he buys himself a Moonshard.
How about a courier train maybe? Actually, Moonshard's definitely the right choice.
Necrobooks maybe? That's something. You got your refresher orb as well.
But then he has to hold the Necrobooks and drop them and then swap the items. I mean, it's definitely time to buy his own flying courier. Definitely buy Moonshard. There's no reason that he well, it's kind of bad on his main hero.
Well, what else could you trade out? Like you kind of still need Mana Style to do your split push, or do you try and get the Butterfly in there?
Well, yeah, what if he wants to swap his personal items? Like, Diffusal Blade's almost gone. He's going to have to buy a new Diffusal Blade. That costs full money. That's like a 4,400 gold or 4,100 gold item. Like, he actually might need the gold. If he had Moonshard in that last fight, though, maybe kills Z-Freak before he dies. Not sure if he did, but it was very close.
For the amount of money he's got, like, the buyback cost is only 1,400 too, so he doesn't have to save that much. Now he's over 8k. Maybe he can just stop taking farms so the rest of his teammates can get something. It's not like an alchemist that can pass it on. So that 43,000 net worth doesn't really count for much.
But that's the issue. If he doesn't push out the lanes, then their opponents can take a fight on the other side of the map, and it gives them gank timing. Instead, they have to sit in their base like this and just constantly auto-attack.
EG's getting ready to fight again. They're looking towards the top lane. They just want a second lane of Rax so the illusions start the damage. So if we're on the range Rax, complexity. They're coming in now with Shivas and the double Starfall. That's enough to get through the wave.
That's beautiful. Oh, man. Do you see this amazing build idea that Monkeys is doing? He's got Guardian Greaves and he's got a Basilius. You might think, like, why the hell does this guy still have a Basilius? The reason is Guardian Greaves actually gives a 2 armor aura always. It only becomes 15 if people get low. So he can have a Basilius and a Guardian Greaves, and it gives 4 armor AoE, the same as Vlad's. Kind of a cool little build here.
All right, it actually does really seem odd that you have something like that like 54 minutes into the game.
You never see Basie this late. It'll probably be a Vlad's in a moment when he gets the gold, but it's been farming real well. I like his item choices.
Cancel again on the defense, triggering the Sheepish Guard.
That was
Universe
good.
is hovering around with a Firefly up. They really just want one small opening, but it's...
This is how they'll bait it. They send the illusions at the range barracks.
But that's a real Sumail, though. Blinks away before Cancel's attack can connect.
They wasted the glyph pretty much, too, I think.
Yep.
That was for a range barracks. They spot the ward, though. They'll be able to get that. But they're scared right now. That's another, please, deward this while we lasso you.
like Z-Freak. Doesn't care. Just charge every Naga illusion that's sent your way. The range ranks is now toast. Blinding Light plus the Mana Leak makes Samel's life a living hell. Down to 300 of his 1100 mana pool.
I think you deny this range barracks now. It's 3 HP, definitely gold.
Cancel's looking at it. Samel's going to come in. It's money.
That gave him actually so much gold, 348. Oh,
there's the blink. Lasso, but they hold each other in position. The Storm is still down. Blinding Light will make this difficult. Then Samel with the BKB. Mirana still alive. Buyback is available. Do they go for it? When Moo gets that leap out, Chronosphere targets decent until Arteezy. Song of the Siren. They try and reset this fight up a little bit more space. Z-Freak is free. They're looking at Zai. And once again, Zai seems to have to fall on his sword for the rest of the EG lineup. They can start following him. He takes a lot to kill. The tier 4 towers are losing life in the meantime.
Yeah, they send Cancel back to actually deal with those.
Zai, no! They don't see him! They have no clue! He's out! He's freedom!
Oh my god. Who had the vision?
No one! He glimmer caped. They didn't see him. No one brought the sentries. No one brought the gem. It's on Swindles.
Swindles, yeah. He had to stop the mid push because there were so many creeps in their base and illusions in the base, and they tried to slow down the Naga. Look at this. Juking to the left, pops a Glimmer with his last bit of mana. And then he's just out of there. They had no idea which way he went. Great timing there. Just barely gets in time for the juke spot. And starts the TP. Beautiful juke there.
Arteezy, we come back live. This was initiation coming in from Z-Freak. The rest of complexity have moved over. The Chronosphere, the Blinding Light pushed them out. Arteezy is actually not caught in this anymore. It's only Sumail. And maybe now with the E-Blade pop, the Yule Scepter dodges it out. So Universe back down with the lasso, controlling up Moo, allowing Sumail to go ham on him. The Storm is down too. Will it be enough as they fight around the Secret Shop? Only Moo is dead so far. Swindle's about to join him. If he can, Blinding Light pushing Sumail out. They need more damage. It just doesn't exist. E-Blade pop in 1 second time. Combine it with the Dagon. Cancels have enough. The buyback's coming in fresh and fast here from complexity. They need more work.
1 second.
Cancel is low. The leap away. He needs to survive. Not enough life. He's got to have the arrow to help out his teammates. Arteezy is low. Moo's doing his work, but Sumail back into the fight. Moo tries to keep his eyes on the prize. That's going to be Arteezy, but locked inside the kinetic field of crit. And now with the invisible blade, the blinding light and the illumine, it gives a life. Allows for the time walk away. Moo's got life against Sumail. Consumes up the cheese. Arrow from Cancel. Holds him in position. They look for the target. Cancel now going after the supports. Back in the mid lane. Finally, he gets down the disruptor and Moo time locks over on Zai in the mid lane, so he'll find the kill there. But on bot lane, Universe, you're a bat rider. You don't kill buildings. You TP home is what you do. It's Sumail who is the manliest of men fighting up against Cancel. The leap down the hill. Can he get away? Ooh. There's your E-Blade pop. Combine it up with the Starfall. As much damage as possible. Now Sumail low on life. Blinding light of Cancel back to the trees with the creep wave. Moo control and the arrow connects. Sumail is down. Buyback is available for all of the EG players, however. But complexity have trouble at home. The Naga continues to come. And the Naga and the other Naga.
There's only so many buildings left. 2 melee barracks remaining, and it's an amazing fight, and CoL does some amazing things to hold it out and win it, but they still haven't gotten past the river in a long time here.
Arteezy, he's going up the Keeper of the Light. The mat to push away. The blinding light forces him back.
Okay.
Arteezy, he really wants this. He really wants Swindles. So does he? He TP's out, but the Riptide may just be enough. Is there a heal? Swindles, he's away from them just in time. No burn, but that top lane's pushing in. The melee racks continues to take damage. Cancel should be able to clean this out pretty quickly.
That's important HP, though. You don't want to just let your melee barracks lose 300 from random creeps here.
Just push it out. Let it heal up. All that money can just still keep going the way of Cancel. It goes towards this pop combo. He's gone.
Yeah.
The old-fashioned, not the full shotgun because you need Morphling to do that. And now complexity, they actually recall in the Mirana. They're trying to take Roshan before EG can get this advantage for the next fight because that would be an impossible mountain to climb.
Yeah, this is basically the only way they can kill this. They need almost all of their heroes. We haven't really seen a new item on Void in a bit. He's got Diffusal Blade too, but it's an okay damage item.
You do have Z-Freak with the full Mjolnir, so you got the Lightning Shield up.
That's definitely really nice. Attack speed on Spirit Breaker is going to be fantastic. And they've got Vlad, so they've actually got a +8 armor aura right now without having AC. Pretty amazing.
Arteezy is looking for Cancel again. Or he could just send the illusions into the melee racks.
And Swindle also, he's got 6 wards. Time to get some fantasy points. Here it comes. Hope you guys pick Swindle.
Yeah, I wonder who actually has a Swindle's card in their deck. Oh, these illusions. They can't go out. Monkeys has to come back to defend this. He can't even stop it as well.
Yeah, this is pretty slow, that's for sure. But at least Melee Barracks do respawn, or regen, that is. Just got to keep him a little full. Dagon 3 left on Marana, so he's got a couple more ways to pool some gold.
There's that fresh diffusal finally over on Moo.
Did you see that Arteezy has money? 15k?
Yeah, he's got money, but like,
the bash?
right now he's got more money than God.
He
The
trapped himself.
glimpse pulls him back over, so it will actually break the lasso. But with the death, that's now 90 seconds without him. Swindles does not have buyback.
It's pretty not good there. It's going to arrow creeps, trying to hold things together, but they're definitely going to get some more barracks damage. And if both of these fall, the game is almost unwinnable
Monkeys
for
needs the
CoL.
greatest fight ever. There's your jump in, the Chronosphere with the bash. They killed
got
Disruptor,
Disruptor.
so there's no big control from him. But you've still got Arteezy going for the top racks. He's trying to do this. The E-Blade will stop him. So this fight splits into multiple parts. Samael needs to find kills, but he can't do it. Arteezy, he hasn't finished the job, or has he? With the Enroute cancel, can't actually defend. Arteezy will take out the melee rack. Samael is still running. It's a 3-man gang squad from compLexity in the mid lane. Samael now tries to turn and fight Universe. Is there any kind of help? Is there anything to help him? Samael's so low, turns, gets a bash on Moo. Where is the stop? Where is the Megas? You've actually got tier 4 towers down. Cancel is dying too. The melee racks at the bottom is gone. It's Megas up and running. Arteezy's inside the fight with actually Z-Freak. Arteezy underneath the fountain of compLexity is soloing them. If he can, they're all coming home. But will they come too late? Under the fountain, Arteezy farming up Z-Freak with a triple kill, using the illusions as shields. He'll move to Moo with the diffusal blade, which he just freshly bought too. He's looking for Moo. The bashes. Where's the Jesus? RN Jesus. They need to hold Arteezy in position as he just walks away. Diffusal blade charge. Purge it off. Just keep running. Z-Freak is calling it. He won't even let Moo finish his duel with Arteezy because they are tapping out of this game. EG will take it, and saved by the bell at the end. Evil Genius, game 1 of this best of 3.
These team fights were so fun to watch. Absolutely the highest level of Dota and every little movement there. The fact that Arteezy was able to kill the most farmed hero on the enemy team, the Marana, without dying, while taking 2 racks, while fountain diving and killing Z-Freak 2 times, was insane play.
He kited him perfectly.
It was
like, you just hold him, it's like, I'm instead, I have to sit there and watch my home be destroyed. That's sadistic.
And they really just didn't have enough single target burst damage, single target physical damage. They couldn't kill the illusions, and EG just constantly kept the map and the gameplay on the other side of the map, far from their danger.
Man, patient play. For a very long time, I actually thought compLexity are going to start bringing this game back. Lose 1 racks, sure, manageable problem. Lose 2 and then just have this Naga siege that you can't clear off. Like, I love the approach that came out from Cancel, this Shiva's Garden, the Starfall. It was fantastic, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
I wonder what will be. I wonder if it'll even survive this series. Panel, can we make it through the last day of groups?
Well, I'm not sure if your voice can make it through the last day of groups.
I'm
How
good.
was that?
I'm great.
Yeah?
I'm
You're
great.
you're
It's
doing
easy
good
for
there,
me. I
'cause-
just got to watch the Dota. It was pretty cool.
Well, that an exciting Naga Siren game doesn't